I got the 6th referral from my customer, and I'm going to show you some other things today to make sure you get to your 6. But once I got my 6th referral from Fran, I called her back, and I say, ring, ring, Fran, role play with her.
Hello.
Fran, this is Chris with ADT. How the heck are you doing, Fran?
I'm doing fantastic, enjoying my security system.
Oh, that's fantastic. Hey, I just wanted to call because the 6th referral of yours just got installed, and so I wanted to congratulate you. 6 referrals. You made, how much money have you made from us now?
A ton.
I mean, that's like, what, $300?
Yes.
Just by giving you some names. Hey, the reason why I'm really calling is because that 6th referral went in, you've now qualified for the next tier of referral program.
What is that?
Well, right now you're on the $50 referral program. The next tier is a $125 referral program. Would you like to hear a little more about it?
Absolutely.
I need to schedule time because there's some things I need to show you that's hard to talk to you about, and I can show you from my iPad. And it's a great program where you can make now $125. I mean, if you think about it, one referral gives you almost half the amount that you already made.
Wow.
People don't say no to that now. They've already made $300, but maybe you did 3 referrals and it's $150, and now with one, they can make almost the same amount of money with one.
Right.
Whatever you want to do. But once you tell somebody they've qualified now, and they've already seen some money coming in, you tell me, who wouldn't want to sign up for 125? She's already made 50 apiece, and now she's making 125. Now she'll work to make more money. Yes, sir?
How does it usually long does it take to get a check?
How does it what?
How long does it take to get a check?
Anywhere from 4 to 6 weeks, typically, after the install.
Right.
So we have to make sure it goes in. And it used to be quicker, but we lost about, I guess it's been about 5 or 6 years ago now. We lost a lot of really good sales reps in this company. ADT Pays went through a change because of sales reps manipulating the system. What they would do is they would sign up their spouse to be an ADT Pays partner, and then every single self-gen that they had, they would say came from this SG partner. So not only were you getting paid commission, you got the 125 kickback too. So now there's a little bit more investigation that goes in.
Yeah, because I was
There's
thinking,
a team that
almost
checks.
seems too easy, but I wouldn't do it just morally. But
Well, you shouldn't, and because it's not worth your job.
right, that's exactly.
So there's a team now that verifies, right? So verifies that they live in the same neighborhood and stuff like that. So they call every to help kind of keep that from happening.
Is that why they have the Social Security number now? Or is that just
No,
for
that's
tax?
because tax purposes. I mean, you gotta imagine. There's a guy by the name of Paul Levi who lives here locally, who off of this program bought a boat.
Yeah.
He did. He bought a boat. He's an AC guy. He does heating and air conditioning, and every single customer that he goes to, he was handing out my flyer. And so he was in the summertime. He was in 15 homes a day because going out fixing people's problems, and every single one he was handing out my flyers. And so we figured out about 10% of his customers because they liked him, and he said, "Hey, call Chris. He'll take care of you." 10% of his customers bought from me. So he was getting, if you're in, let's say on average 10 homes a day, 5 days a week, 6 days a week for most AC guys, that's 60 homes. That's 6 systems a week that he was getting at $125 a piece. It's fun stuff.
Yeah.
That's when your job becomes really fun.
At Christmas time. So
Oh, okay. It slows down during different times of the year, absolutely.
And there's no Social Security needed for the customer appreciation.
That's what I like about the customer appreciation program.
Why is there no Social
Because
Security?
if we ever got to the point that we sent them $600 worth, because that's where the Social Security number comes in, anything less than $600, you don't have to pay taxes on. Anything over $600, so at $50 a piece, that takes a while to get to $600. The likelihood somebody does, what is it, 12 in a year? See, because next year it starts over again, right? But at $125 a piece, that adds up pretty quick. It's calendar year. So it's tax year.
So it takes 4 to 6 weeks to get the check, whether or not it's just a regular referral.
It's typically 4 to 6 weeks. Plan on 4 to 6 weeks.
if I sell Fran and she calls me back 2 weeks later and said, I was talking to my friend who wants a security system.
Yep.
here's her number.
Right.
Does she get the referral?
Yes,
Okay.
because she gets the $50. Because when you go and put the lead, it's gonna ask you for a referral source, sell gen source. So you put her information in, and then I always recommend getting with your manager to make sure that he can see that information. Because your manager can always go back and add it, but anytime you input anything in, put in the notes that it was a referral from Fran and her address. That way you're covering your butt to make sure she gets her.
Because I know you have that sheet of paper, and then if you do you like hand that in or whatever, you can, but
You can, but that's mainly for you to keep. Are you talking about the survey on the back?
yeah.
Yeah, that's for you to keep. That's for you to follow up and track. You want to make sure that when you input the lead into Salesforce, that you put the lead source as a referral from Fran.
Okay.
Okay, that's how you make sure she gets it.
I don't know if you're gonna cover this, but at any rate, if you, for whatever reason, they don't buy, should you still ask for customers?
I always have, because you never, well, you can't do customer appreciation. If they don't buy from you, if Fran didn't buy, she can't get $50. Those are only for our customers. But she can still get ADT Pays part. So you can sign them up. I've had it where they couldn't afford the system, so I signed them up to be a partner, and that's what paid for the system.
That's what I said, and I went out there in demonstration, she was like cold towards the idea.
Yeah,
In the 3 years, that very safe area.
sure.
I said, why don't you sign up as an ADT Pays customer, explain it to her, and let that pay for your
security.
security system, and she said, mail me the information.
See, why would you mail it when you have it right there on your iPad?
No, when I went out there, I did.
Oh, you didn't have an iPad. Oh, okay.
So,
Because now you have an iPad, so you can say adtselfgen.com right here, right? 'Cause that's the great thing about the iPad. We used to carry folders around with us, and we had to leave the folder with somebody and hope that they went and took that and got on the computer. Now, iPad, they can sign them up. Yes, sir.
So we can just sign them up as like we're there.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, again, the reason why I didn't sign up a lot of customers right away is I wanted to kind of make them earn it. Because you start asking for social security numbers, and that freaks a lot, because you just sold a system for $800 and you didn't ask them for a social security number. But now to sign up for this, you have to get a social security number. That throws a lot of people off.
A lot of people think they're gonna get email spam.
They do.
I explain it's for just for tax purposes.
Yeah, and you have to. You have to, hey, because we're going to be sending you money, and we plan on you making a lot of money.
Right.
Anytime you make over $600, we have to be able to track it.
But-
And you can explain it. We're a publicly traded company. We have to know where our money's going, stuff like that.
With your own business, you don't need social security.
I can't hear both of y'all.
The guy that gave you all those lists, not giving anybody else lists.
Yeah.
So with their own business, you don't need a social.
If they own their own business, then they can use their tax ID. So you can either do social security number or a tax ID for a business. Yes, sir.
I just wanted to check this on the ADT page when you come to signing somebody up and social security number. After you get them through the process of that, it's best to give them that space. Don't stand over.
Hand them the
very
iPad.
uncomfortable.
Yeah, here you go. Here's some
That's right.
information that you need to hand out. I'll be over here. That's also the great thing about the iPad. You can literally hand it to them and hey, once you push enter, I can never see that number.
That's right, that's it. So they won't feel like they're trying to do
Absolutely.
something.
Absolutely. So we know that getting referrals and getting emergency contacts is a critical part of your job. We're going to come up here and talk about clover leafing a little bit. I want to spend some time talking about continuous customer contact. I wish we could have gone on the tour. And the reason why I wish we could have gone on the tour is I stopped at the customer service group when we were allowed to go on the tour. I stopped every single time at the customer service group who deals with our customers who are upset. Let's face it, not very many people call in and go, y'all are doing a great job. And here's a scary thing to think about. We have 7 million customers. If 1% of 7 million customers called in upset, think about how many phone calls that is. 99% can be extremely happy, but 1%, that's a lot of phone calls coming in, right? So, when I take a group through the tour of the call center, I stop and I just grab any agent that's there. And I ask them a simple question. What is the #1 customer complaint that you receive on a daily basis? And a lot of times you would think it'd be like monitoring our billing, it's you. It's you. And here's what it is. My sales rep won't return my phone calls, or my sales rep was supposed to call me back, and he hasn't called me back. I can't get a hold of him, left him a message, or his mailbox is full. It's the lack of communication after the install. After that sale is made, sales reps are like, done. I'm going to beg you not to do this because there's some huge opportunities for you. So I always try to get referrals while I'm sitting there with the customer, and I'll make a list of 5, 6 names of people that don't live in the house, emergency contacts plus additional referrals, and I'll always ask my customer, hey, who on this list should be the first person we contact about helping protect your home? And no matter who that customer says, my mom, my brother, so-and-so down the street, great, give them a call. And I stopped. I quit talking. I said, great, give them a call. Now, I can look at my customer and go, great, give them a call. Most of you won't feel comfortable doing that. So even if you want to go like this and say, okay, so who's the first person on this list we can contact? And when they say a name, say, great, give them a call. Don't look up. Because see, your human nature kicks in sometimes, and when they're looking at you like those deer in the headlights looking, what? You want me to call them now? You're going to go, it's okay, you don't have to. I always like my customer to give a phone call right then, right there. And the reason why is, if I got my customer to make a phone call to that emergency contact or to referral,
No.
no,
Oh, the storm. Gotcha.
Oh, it is raining.
isn't it? He's adjusting the lights. So if I got my customer to call to a potential prospect for me while I was sitting there, she'd get on the phone, she'd say, hey sis, I'm sitting here with Chris. And as soon as I know they're on the phone, remember I told you on Monday, find at least one wow security tip? One wow that makes them go, wow. Make some of y'all call home. Whatever that wow tip was, I would whisper to my customer, hey, tell them about the red string in the garage. And so now my customer goes, oh yeah, just worry about this red string in the garage. Yeah, did you know it only takes 6 seconds to break in your house? And then I'm whispering, hey, tell them I'll come and show them how to prevent that from happening. Yeah, he's sitting there with me right now, and he'll come out there and he'll show you how to keep it from happening. I can be out there either Monday or Tuesday.
Hey, Chris.
And it's either they'll schedule the appointment, hey, hold on, let me let you talk to them. But either way, I've got an appointment set. And it was kind of a slick way of getting an appointment. But now here's the cool thing. We track. We call these star R's, the star referral, the one that the customer made the phone call for us on. We close these at a 96% sell rate. Because they called and scheduled the appointment for us. Now the other referrals that we called and try to track down, we close between 62 and 65%, which is pretty normal. But man, if I stayed a little longer and got her to make a phone call for me, it's a 96% close rate. And it's an SG. So, yeah, I stayed a little bit longer. I got her to make a phone call. I pushed past me being uncomfortable, asking her to do something that I know is going to make her uncomfortable. See, human nature kicks in if we don't like to do that.
Now, hypothetically speaking, the person who's not separated,
Then I get her to call somebody else.
okay.
But again, it's a percentage thing. Because see, I know if I can go out to Frank's house and I can get, let's say, 4 referrals. What I like to look at is I like to look at big picture. See, some people look at small picture, look at big picture. So if I go to Fran's house, right, and I sell her, and she gives me 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 2 emergency contacts, 2 referrals, you know, that I'm just talking about who you want to be compensated for, and I go ahead and I get her to make a phone call for me. Boom, there's another sale right there. I got that. But I also know I'm going to close those other ones at a 62 to 65% close rate, right? So that means I'm going to close how many of these other 3?
Close it to 2 out of 3.
2 out of 3. So we'll just go ahead and do this. Now, when I go out to this referral from her,
Emergency contact again.
what am I going to do here? What am I going to do here? Here. multi-level marketing, same thing.